Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. Oh no, is my internet acting up? Shoot. Let me check this real quick. Oi! Oi, internet, what are you doing? Please don't be acting up. Please be working properly. Uh, testing. OBS-kun? What the heck? I was watching stuff easily earlier. What you mean you can't read my stream key? Oi! Wait. No, I think it's working. Good, it is working. Phew. I got scared for a second. But nope, it's working. Good. Here I am, back in the storyline. Yay! Before anything bad happens. Oh, Janie, I want to eat your cooking again. So let's see. 9-4. Low fire is all about. Oh no, no fire. Unless it's the fire of our passion. Oops, let me change my team up a tiny bit. Level 1 Flint, you were just here for the ride earlier. Let's see, I shall put in Silver Ash, my boy. And over here, I will put Chen back in, yes. She stays here for now. Let's see, I will bring in Nian because Nian's cool like that. There, that should be fine. I shall believe. Though, is Arknights silent? I mean, we'll find out. I heard volume earlier. Maybe it's just being weird. It should be fine. Everything's acting up now. Do I have original Qian? Nope. And yeah, there's no sound effects at all for Arknights right now. What happened? I mean, I guess maybe it's a quiet part of the story? As the wind combs through the golden wheat, the forest wild pipes of steel clank and beat. I found by the edge of a plate my dear love true, and following a firelight straight from the blue. How poetic! So that's how the second half of the song goes. How sad. Now Damien's gone, and he won't even get a decent burial.
They'd never give him back to us. All they do is scorch him to ash, scatter him off the city, treat him like the dirt under anyone's foot.
Soft sobbing.
First it was Lori, then it was Chris, and now they've caught hold of Damien too. Grain. When Sean got arrested, they all said they caught Aripathy.
No, Ronan. Don't go on. Sean, he just caught it being careless. He was a hard-working, loyal man. A poor man. And the only thing he ever wanted was just a better life for me and my son.
Grain, haven't you figured it out? We're just a bunch of rivets to them. Of course they'll toss us away without a care when we rust. And even if we haven't rusted, so long as we don't fit too well in the city's machines, we've got the same fate coming. Nothing changes. They never gave a shit. We were catching Aripathy one by one. Every month they gave out those drugs. The other workers get their whole lot. And we can only expect a half, maybe even a third. And the protective suits. How long has Sean been wearing his for? 5 years? Bloody hell, 7? How many times have you snuck out of bed at night just to patch it up? All those laws, all those standards, just for their benefit. And us? We're only fit to eat the potatoes and the rotten apples they don't want. Means nothing if the egg plates of the city soak in our sweat. We're only fit to waste away our lives and day and night in the factories, and once we can't work a day more, we fall ill one by one, just like they wanted. The way this is going, it's like they're sitting there playing dominoes, wiping us Terrans off our own city.
Stop it. I'm begging you, Ronan. I'm begging you, Ronan. Nothing you're saying will lead to any good. Just look at Cleod Cleodna and her kin stood over there, crying over their own son, their own brother. How many more loves do you want lost? How many more hurting over what your anger did for them?
It's the murderers that brought this hurt. They're killing us one after another. Times it's with sickness, times it's with mortar shells. Grain, don't you deceive yourself any longer. This morning, a few came looking for me. The O'Briens and the Connor's brother. They've decided to join us. It's been hard getting by for you and your kid, we understand. This is a big moment, and we need to help each other now more than ever.
You'd better keep far from me and my child, Ronan. Seeing as my Sean got on well enough with your lot.
I have to go, Grain. You see that one over there? She's wearing that uniform. You know our rules. I trust in you, and I'm asking you to trust in me more. If you've made up your mind, you can tell Saurus.
Hello. Hello. Do you know Barry's, Damien Barry's family? Shakes head. I heard you singing just now. I'm not in the wrong place. I have Horn. I have Jessica. I'm not sure if I have Warfarin. I don't remember what Warfarin looks like. And I do not have Chen. I only have her bikini form. As one do. Just like how I don't have original Scouty either. I don't know what you're searching about for, but Damien's mom's sister know nothing. Then did he have any especially good friends, or anyone who worked at the warehouse with them? We know nothing. That's the truth. I'm begging you, please don't take me. Huh? Sorry, did I get too close? I have no intentions of hurting you. You seem awful scared of me. Is something on my face? Nothing at all. I mean, Bagpipe! You're carrying around that giant lance. That's gonna be intimidating to most people. If you allow me, I need to go home. I still have so much fruit from this morning, and it'll go rotten in no time if I leave it alone. Eh? Is that Captain Kelly?
Cleodna, I just want to see you for a moment. I want to know if you and Fiona are still alright. Yes, it was my mistake, but my hands were tied. Of course. Of course I remember. I remember it all. Damien. He was the boy of my sister. I watched him grow up his whole life. The day I was transferred back from Peninsula to Helllock, he set an elder vase in my cap with his own two hands. He was still so little then. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be telling you all this. You're right. I've been good for nothing. I haven't the face to return here. I wasn't in time to stop him when he got involved with that group, and I couldn't disobey the colonel's orders. Not just that, I have to do this. This is all for County Hillock. I love you all, and I love the city. I can't just stand goggling while that bunch tear out our home to pieces. I understand. Cleodna, my sister. I'm not asking for your forgiveness or anything. I'll be going then. You and Fiona, be sure to take care of yourselves. If I can find the time tomorrow, I'll come see you again. What are you? Oh, just a boy. Are you are you hurt? Don't run too fast now. It's been decades, and they've still never leveled the road here. Traitor! What did you say? Traitor! I.
Greg, what are you doing? Get back here now. Wait, did the kid run up to him and just like kick him in the knees or something? And what's that ball in your hands for? Oh, forget it. You're always gripping that ball wherever you go. Were you off looking for Connor's brother again? Oh, you. Ronan's told you, hasn't he? Oh wait, is that his mama? I guess that's the mama, huh? Look at your hands, all covered in black. It's like you were digging through mine. If you come with me to the morning market from now on, you can't go looking for them around this time anymore. I can't let you become like them.
Traitor. Boy, wasn't one bit wrong.
The captain stands still for a moment, repeating the word, once, twice to himself, finally turning to leave. His head is hung low as could be, and he doesn't meet the gaze of a single person more, including those young colleagues of him that rush his way. Hold on a moment, Captain. Yeah, Captain, whatever happened to the meeting time? Captain? Captain?
You. What are you all doing here? Pack off home if you know what's good for you. We've told you. You're not allowed to congregate in the streets at this time. This is our home. It's not us who should go packing. Who had the lip to say that just now? What are these? Wilted leaves? Step forward right now. You Terra rabble. Watch I don't.
Brandishing a boat on the streets, far too dangerous.
Who are you?
I'm here in orders. Come to investigate the case.
You're here for the murder at the bar?
What murder?
This rabble right here. They've killed plenty of ours.
Damien Barry?
Right. I hear he's been put to death already. I suppose it was you lot who caught him? Nicely done, thank you.
We didn't know yet when we caught him. Was he really part of the Spectre Force?
Who gives a shake what he was? Serves him right, he's dead. Did you hear me? No congregating. Each and all of you up to whatever secret business here. You all be treated as suspects. You bloody Tara arslickers.
Don't get carried away. Look, most of them are just plain city folk with a loved one dead, and they're here grieving for him, like human nature would. A rotten potato?
Haha, see? You spoke for them. And you got battered, right? If you're so keen on staying here, stay. As long as I make sure this rabble behaves itself, I'm done. My rotten luck for getting this patrol duty. You riffraff, I'll say it again. No congregating.
Oh, it's just more and more rotten leaves. Come this way. Yay, it's Janie, my best friend. Soon to be best friend. Eh? What? Janie, may I have some of your apple pie? Milk tea? Coffee? Reporting in. 9th Defense attacked. Reporting in. 13th Defense currently in firefight. Send notice one more time, please. I want to see Colonel Hamilton. The Colonel's handling urgent affairs. You said that 2 hours ago. I've already abided by strict process. I submitted a description of my duty yesterday when entering County Hillock. If the Colonel won't let us take part in the suspect interrogations and goes to lengths to execute them beforehand, and presently refuses my request to meet him. To anyone else, don't you think this conduct might be taken as a deliberate hindrance to our fulfillment of orders? I have no authority to answer your question, Lieutenant. That's fine. I'll say my part. And it's enough if someone listens. I've said before, the Originian products thieved are not small in number. It's sufficient arms to allow a detachment to attack a small town or bomb a medium nomadic city support tracks. Who'd want to obtain these products? Ordinary bandits wouldn't need them. It costs too much to smuggle them out. With Victorian military goods in this great a bulk, even a Sargon black market under Columbia's protection wouldn't dare provide a means for a deal. Who else is left? A local private arms dealer, money making off the costs of remodeling. They haven't got the appetite, let alone the guts. Only a well-trained unit, well-versed in military methods would dare take it, and could evade our spies on top. If this unit got a hold of that large a quantity of Originian product, what would their goal be? Conspiracy to overthrow? Taking the chance to embezzle far removed from Londinium, colluding with outside powers to fill their pockets slowly and steadily? Lieutenant. No need to panic. This is all just baseless reasoning. No thanks to whoever's keeping me waiting. I can't get anything done like this. Subdued communications. Lieutenant, the Colonel says he'll be here imminently. Yeah, how fast is imminently? She's been waiting there for over 2 hours. Is imminently gonna be like a week? A year? 3 days? 7 minutes? Who knows? I wonder how the others are doing. Like that one elite operator lady who seemed like she was having fun playing with them. Playing with the others. And ooh, I'm not sure how I want to do this, you know? Let me just put her here for funsies. I'm sorry, Myrtle, you're gonna suffer. Oh no, Thorns, you're gonna suffer. I'm so sorry, Thorns. I'm sorry, Thorns. Live, Thorns, live. Oh, my boy. My poor boy. You will be fine. You are the greatest boy, my boy. And there goes my other boy. All my lovely boys. This is fine. Oh, true, there is no sound. What the heck happened? I heard someone booting up the game, so it should be working. Like, theoretically, it should be working. Like, what the heck? Why is everything acting up? It was so nice earlier, and now it's being mean. Man. See if I can fix it over here. What the heck, though? Why is it acting up? Everything just wants to troll today. I'll try restarting the game afterwards, because the volume was working earlier. I have no idea what happened. Man. Ah well, we'll see what happens. Ooh. I should put her here. Wee. You know, Myrtle, take a little break. Let's have Gavial come out to play. Gavial's here to have some fun. As one do when you're Gavial. While the others are doing their thing, let me just check my other volume mixer. A volume mixer should be working. So strange. Yeah, maybe restarting will help. Mission completed. It took a Pelton and some. Missed Captain Kelly in the end. Here, take this hanky, wipe yourself off. Or else the smell of those rotten leaves will stick to you. Thank you. Didn't imagine any of our soldiers apart from Captain Kelly would visit District 17 on their own. Our soldiers? You mean like, you're one too? Shh. Clears throat. I slipped out in secret. Can't do that in uniform. You're not gonna make anyone happy taking a shortcut to the barracks through here in that getup. Really? No wonder. I barely said anything before it was a bombardment of all gone off leaves and fruit. Are you a new transfer? Kind of. I'm here from Londinium. Well, Londinium. I've never been. Must be miles larger than County Hillock here. Hillock there. Does the shard really go 300 floors up? Is there really a teleportation circle buried in the mound under the Royal Victorian Academy of Science, leading to the miraculous space where the first Draco King's jewels are kept? What kind of rumors are going around there? That is so specific. A teleportation circle. Eh? Eh? Jewels? I never heard of them. But I do know what the high-speed terrestrial warships look like when they leave the factory, and I've seen the hydroponics workshop. If you want to know anything of that sort, I could definitely tell you. Warships? A hydroponics workshop? Doesn't sound too much like Londinium is in novels. Oh, sorry. Don't let me distract you. If you want to investigate, it'll probably be hard to ask any of these streets. Might end up like this again with getting a stink all over me for no reason. Got a flight. You're not that stinky. Do these residents often have clashes with us soldiers? Used to just be minor friction, but it's been getting tenser lately. It's like you've been hearing. There's been several cases of our soldiers getting targeted in attacks, and it's stretching everyone's nerves close to the limit. Could it really be the Spectre Force? That's weird. They didn't really target ordinary soldiers before. Spectre. What are you going on about? I'm not sure when I'm gonna read the other records. Especially since I'd have to do window capture, yada yada yada, figure out how to crop properly. specific window if I wanted to do the looking at someone else's video, pause, pause, pause every so often. Cause I don't have multiple monitors. I stream on a laptop. So it'd be kinda difficult. Nothing. Speaking of, that patrol unit Speaking of, that patrol just now calling the people here Terra Rabble. Hold on, don't just say that out loud here. They'll be eyeing us again. What are you hoping to take away? What? Are you hoping to take away even more rotten veg? Gotcha. Are they really not Victorians? Of course they're Victorians. I'm getting more and more lost here. Some people would choose another word, yeah. The one you've been hearing, Tarans, that's their identity. You have both the locals themselves who would call them that, as well as a decent portion of the soldiers. Now that you put a fine point on it, I've heard the term before. In novels? In history textbooks? Right. They've always been here. Over hundreds of years ago, when it wasn't County Hillock yet, and we still hadn't built our nomadic cities, back when it was grass all across the vales as far as the eye could see, this place was their home. I feel like resolving sooner or later would probably be like the way I probably do it would be raising my people's trust. Sobs. I still remember the legend of the Draco King. Gale was born right around here. Tara was the very name of this region back then. Right. I've read heaps of novels all about the saga of King Gale. King Gale led the Tarans in a conflict against the first Aslan king. But a few years later, he signed a peace treaty along with the ruler of Londinium, didn't he? And here I was thinking, after that, the word Terra, or the word Tara, just sort of fell away. Before I came to County Hillock, I thought the same. But Victoria's always changing, isn't it? Us Voyeur didn't always live here. But we're all Victorian citizens now. If everyone's minds went like that, we'd avoid plenty of conflict. No need to let it get you down, though. The whole reason we're here is to uncover the real enemy. Stop the clash getting any bigger, isn't it? So you'd rather not leave, even if it means a head full of rotten cabbage? You think I'm being a real dunce, don't you? No, not at all. Actually, you're amazing to me. Do I play Azure Lane too? I've never tried Azure Lane. How is it? Right now, the games that I've been playing are Fate Grand Order, Arknights, Pokemon Masters, Battle Cats, Blue Archive, and Princess Connect. But on stream for the most part, Fate and Arknights. Ooh, the characters are adorable. Tempting. Very, very tempting. The patrol just now. I've seen masses of rough attitude like that. It's not like I've never wanted to stop it. But I'm a guard of honor. That's all I am. And ooh, congratulations, Potato Guy. And what's so bad about that? You're a member of Victoria's army too. Of course you got the power to change the situation if it doesn't sit right with you. Do I really? And behind those adorable characters is looming despair and plot. That sounds like Blue Archive, based on that description. Oh, thank you. You're the first person who's ever told me that. Yeah, next time, I'll give it a go. Oh yeah, Is there anything else I can help you with? Apart from picking these leaves off of you. After all, I don't want to see this conflict boil over either. Let me think. Do you have any local friends with you? Ken? I want to ask whereabouts Damien and Barry usually went. Friends I've got. Sours might know something. I have given Punishing Grey Raven before. I haven't touched that game in like so long though. Like when it first came out. Give me a way to keep in touch, and I'll visit the newspaper in a moment. Don't think the Sergeant Major would mind if I'm missing today. You go, Janie.
Scamandros.
Colonel.
I once saw your father over 20 years ago at a ball of the at the at a ball the Duke of Castor was holding. Of course, I was still a bottom rung guard then, so all I had was a glimpse from afar at the White Wolf Count of legend. Not long after, I heard a deformed feathered reptile struck illness into him at a Londinium beast-life garden, and he quickly took leave from the aristocratic circles.
Deformed feathered reptile?
Ever since, he hasn't taken a step beyond this manor at Portsmouth City. Is your father still in fine spirits?
Thank you for your concern, and I hope reminiscing over these years-old affairs hasn't eaten up too much of your precious time. After all, meeting with you doesn't prove easy. She's been waiting for over 2 hours to meet up with this dude, poor Horn. Poor Horn.
You don't resemble your father.
As is clear, my father did not have the opportunity to serve for the Empire's army like you or I do. Considering the theft of these military originium goods couldn't possibly relate to him, maybe we don't have a need for probing further into his later life.
One's background decides what kind of person one becomes. Would you agree with that, Scamandros?
I believe one has the right to choose one's own future.
Listen to that. How befitting an answer of your status. The progeny of the Aslan's aid. First-class honors from the Royal Guard Academy of Londinium Army upstart. Of course you believe you can change anything and everything.
I have no intent to make any such changes, Colonel. You don't need to worry about our squad potentially impacting your command over County Hillock.
For a joke, I don't find that humorous at all. You can't be so arrogant as to think I'd occupy myself with the paltry little lieutenant. I've met people like you plenty. Always all braggadocio, skin deep and superficial. I deigned to meet you because I wanted to tell you this. Don't interfere in things beyond your ken.
I'm sorry, I cannot agree to that. The orders we received were to ascertain the lost Originium product's whereabouts.
If you just stay still and wait where you ought to, then before long you may accomplish your duty and return to Londinium with all the ostentation you like.
I don't need that ostentation of yours, and Victoria needs it even less. I'm not in the routine of reporting back with a hurriedly lopped off head, sans trial.
Haha! You're telling me I've a disregard for human life, and you believe those people are truly innocent? How ridiculous! Just 10 days ago, 3 of our soldiers were murdered in cold blood. James Cohen, Robert Boris, and Jeremy Brown. When Cohen's wife wrote to tell him she was She was with a second child. She had no idea that her husband had a hole gruesomely blown in his head. Boris could have left this place one midsummer past. He mentioned he'd go back to continue his family's clothiers after his retirement. And Brown, he was a bright young student just a year ago, and not even 20 when he died.
I give my profound regrets for their sacrifice.
Regrets? Ha! What a weightless rhetoric, just like every word that wafts out of your mouth.
This is exactly why all of us want to catch hold of the assassinators. Colonel, on this matter, we have held unanimous positions throughout.
No one else but the Tara rabble killed them. We've uncovered 2 already, but I know there are still more tucked in the background. 15 days ago, our barracks suffered an explosive attacks at 3 simultaneous places. And according, 15 soldiers lost their lives. The craters and the spilled blood of our own still lie where they were. 21 days ago, our resupply transport group were ambushed outside the distribution sector in the outskirts north, and the whole detachment together with their goods disappeared without a trace. Do you feel there is any possibility they would still be alive? This is only the last month's events, to boot. You know nothing at all of the losses we've long since endured.
These incidents you mention all sound very in line with the Spectre Force's MO. In the past half a year, Londinium has continually received reports from more than 10 different counties, logging up to hundreds of homicide, looting, and property damage cases. After every offense, they swiftly conceal their tracks, and all connected personnel who've seen them are caught in assassinations before they can contact us. We've been able to obtain exceedingly little information so far. That is why the lead before us is so crucial. We still don't know the Spectre Force's goal in haunting County Hillock, but I believe they are a mutual enemy. Colonel, if we in the barracks can cooperate and uncover the Spectre Force here, it'll be a great benefit to County Hillock and Victoria as a whole.
Humph. You still understand nothing at all. You treat the atrocities before you as just another case to win you a medal. But you're wrong, soldier. This is not some case, and no such true culprit exists. This is a war, and it is between us and them, a war ongoing for decades, even for centuries. You call them a Spectre Force, but do you know what that name signifies? Who is the enemy we've been confronting all this time? Well, it's a ghost. It's a phantom drifting over the city. An apparition that echoes in the heads of Taran morons. It is a life and spirit ghost. And that specter speaks a different language to us, willfully distorts the history molded by our ancestors' hands, has delusions that by the body of our city will one day return to life.
Hello? Are you saying that a great amount of the local populace are supporters of the Spectre Force?
Great amount? Supporters?
No, you're mistaken. They are one single whole.
Have you ever read this anthology of poetry?
Seamus Williams. His poems have some fame in Londinium too.
This is their very compilation of bare-faced lies about Victoria. In their depictions, they have their own language. They are this land's natural owners.
Still, Victoria can tolerate the mindsets of authors who come from differing cultural backgrounds.
No one would assume a dreamer's fantasy as their truth. Not unless that dream mentioned taking up a hatchet. Not unless it was about wanting to cut our heads off. I still keep this book of an idiot's sleep talk so that the bloodstains upon it always remind me. If one lives on Victoria's land yet refuses to give one's own name in Victorian, then one is no longer Victorian, but an enemy and a menace to this country's safety. You executed the holder of this anthology simply because they... Sheesh! Colonel Hamilton is a jerk. Just because he did not agree with the book of poems, he executed the dude? I mean, he already made a bad impression with me because he was over 2 hours late to meeting up. Like, I don't know if I'd be willing to wait that long for someone. Actually, maybe. I would wait and then I'd be angry at them on the inside. Reporting in. Speak. Command has lost contact with the 9th Defense and 13th Defense after they were attacked. 5th, 7th, and 10th Defense each sent vanguards ASAP to the scene and did not find traces of the enemy. One of our own, they gave their lives. Did you hear that, Scamandros? Right as you were seeing fit to tell me sympathetic rubbish to the enemy, we once again saw outstanding soldiers die at their hands. If that's gotten through your head, then kindly eject yourself from my office. I still have genuine work awaiting me. Fine. Very fine. I have my own work to do too. Whatever, Colonel. Humph. Waited so long to meet up with you, dude. Sheesh. Okay. Stairs. Stairs aren't too bad. Okay, there's 1 exit and 2 entrances. Though, let me restart my app. I want to see if that fixes the volume, because what the heck? It should be working, but just in case, time to restart it and hope for the best. It's so weird. It should be working, but it's not. What happened? Okay. Restarting everything. Fingers crossed that fixes it. Heh. Come on, you know you want to work. If not, what the heck? Come on. Okay, I can hear it. I mean, I see darkness, but I heard a thing. Arknights. There. Definitely working again. Yep, that works. Come on, load. Load nicely, please. Okaeri, Doctor. Okay, yay. Back to the story. Boop. Critical value. Let's see how critical this value will be. And oof. My leg feels like it's falling asleep. Oh well, I'll let it rest. It's gonna hurt when I move around later, but it's okay. 4:23 p.m. Cloudy, turning overcast. McMartin Brothers Chip, first floor. Still no reply? None. Haven't gotten a peep from Londinium, yesterday or today. It's been 20 hours. They have to have received my last telecoms by now. Could the encrypted line be faulty? Hard to say, sir. Being honest, it's been nearly 10 years since I graduated, transferred to Hillock. There's not much information you need to activate this secret comms line. 2 years back, around the end, I reported to our group's boss, and he asked me if I had anything to say other than whatever number kid was being born. And that if I hadn't, I could save even giving the routine reports.
Oh, no wonder you opened this chippy.
Not a bad plan, right? Codename's not chef for fun. Thought at the time, suppose some outsider wanted to sniff out our lies on point. They'd only suspect next door's bookshop.
What's a chippy? Is that for food? Chippy? If his name is Chef? If his codename is Chef? Yep, it is food. Right. Besides, your chips are delicious too.
Ought to be, eh? Haha. You fill yourselves up. Hillock's potatoes are high quality. Locals all love my chips. If I didn't still remember my actual job as a lamplighter, I would have opened up branches ages ago. 5, 6 of them.
Ooh, hello? Oh, it's a fish and chip shop. I've never had fish and chips before. That's not like a super common thing here as far as I know. Maybe? When I think of fish, I mainly think of eating like poke bowls and eating sushi. Sushi and poke bowls.
Anyhow, I thought I was dreaming of the time I was in training again, when you gave the secret knock at the door yesterday. It seems highly likely this line was abandoned long ago. Or perhaps, someone's received our info, but doesn't want to reply.
You mean, there's people intercepting our intel on purpose, leader?
Not easy to say yet. We'll send the next report as we would originally. Right. And besides Triangle's findings, add on the outcome of my dialogue with Colonel Hamilton. The Colonel's targeted measures against a portion of the residents are already extremely suspicious. In the worst case, I'd like for our team to be allowed more flexibility. That sounds like there's no point in me convincing you to use a barracks messenger, is there?
Ugh, leader, I don't want to say this, but we're a little low in numbers.
That definitely isn't like you to say. Relax though. Nobody wants to take that step. But the circumstances about the city are far more complicated than any of us foresaw. Chef, seeing as you've been in County Hillock for so long, how do you feel about the people here? Nothing unusual to me. If you put a Taran in front of me right now, I wouldn't fancy them much different from a Victorian anywhere else. To tell the honest truth, if life's not bad, who'd want to make trouble all the livelong day? Quite a few wear ideals on their sleeves, but only a minority ever take them to heart. Most just care about filling their stomachs, and if they're full, they can care about the purse too.
Right you are. I can barely imagine Damien Barry caught up in the Spectre Force either. In my eyes, him and the locals were all normal people, scared stiff, begging for forgiveness the moment they're arrested, coming together when a loved one dies, just so they could fall to pieces and weep. They're nothing like trained soldiers at all.
What you're saying is exactly what I'm worrying about. Colonel Hamilton might have been spouting more than just alarmist talk. When ordinary people take up weapons, voluntarily or not, the disaster we then face will be the likes of which Victoria hasn't seen for a very long time.
afternoon, Sours. Lucky me. I was just about to go find you at the newspaper. I want to just like pet Sours' tail. For some reason, her tail looks especially soft. Eh? What's wrong, Sours? Were you just crying? Janie? Janie? No, I'm alright. I'm perfectly fine. Pull the other one. Your eyes are all puffy. And your face is pale as sheets. The Sours I know would never be caught in the street looking this ghastly. Something gave you a nasty shock, didn't it? Who bullied you? Was it that soldier from last time? I'll help you think of something. There has to be something. No, Janie, don't you fuss. He hasn't come bothering me again. It's... I don't know how to put it. Come on, deep breaths. It's me right here, your very good friend. You're safe now, I promise. Janie, why? Why are you one of them? What are you talking about, Sours? I don't understand. I don't want you to get hurt. You're the best friend I have. And you're a good person. I'm good too, right? My cousin. Aren't we all good people? Your cousin, Barry? You mean Damien Barry? I'm so sorry, I wasn't fast enough. It's not your fault, and I don't think it's mine. I just want to live life peaceful. I don't want to see any more people I care about die. Cry it out, Sours. I'm here with you. Seeing a loved one pass on and still having to manage your work. It's too much pressure on you. Here, lean on my shoulder. It'll be more comfortable. Man, Janie is the sweetest. Not only does she make good food and drinks, she comforts people. That's okay. Thank you, Janie. I'm much better just seeing you. I understand what I have to do now. This is for you. Is this an address? I could give you a few names too, but there's no need. I don't want to put you in even more danger. Ooh, thank you. This address should be enough. You can hand it to someone you think's reliable. Your sergeant major, or maybe another officer, like Uncle Lewis. I know there's people around asking about Damien. They want to be clear what it is we're plotting. Plotting? Sours, even you? I'm not sure. You can believe me or not. I've only been responsible for passing on some info some ways. A few notes stuck between book pages, one or two hidden signals in the Hillock's evening news classifieds. I used to think this was for making everyone safer. I didn't twig what dreadful things they're scheming. Not until the dispatch I just heard by the chief editor. Never mind that. I'm not trying to justify myself or even repent. What's important is that you stop them as soon as you can. Alright, I will. I'm sure of who I should give this to. She'll fairly treat you all more than anyone else would. Sours, don't be scared. Everything will be alright. What kind of conflict do you think is gonna unfold? Oh man. So many more people are gonna get executed unfairly. Alright, Janie. I trust you. Remember, it's 8 p.m. Hold on to this address tight. I hope nothing bad happens to Sours. She's Janie's best friend. East side of the statue at District 10, third alleyway on the left. There's a bookstop there, with a flower pot by the door. Yellow rose. Found it. 2 bag pipe. Do I just leave it under the flower pot like this and call it done? A loose brick right there, exactly like they said in This Morning. This really is an unusual way of receiving your letters. Man, that's actually fun. I want to pass secret notes like that. Oh man, passing notes secretly sounds like such a fun thing. Like hiding it in certain book pages, putting it under things like a flower pot or brick. Maybe someday I'll do something like that. I'll have to ask someone, be like, hey, are you cool with indulging me? I know this is a weird request, but can we exchange letters for like a week, but then put it in secret places? Never mind. I don't know how I would word that and how I would, like, say that to someone. Someday, maybe someday. Friend from Londinium, I hope you can be of help to Sauris and all of us.
Boss, someone left a new slip downstairs. Under the yellow rose. Bring it in.
Yellow rose? So it's for me? That was fast.
The informer you mentioned before.
She's a soldier at the barracks too, but I can assure you later, she's warm-hearted, she's good. Janie's the bestest. I hope you've gotten an eye I hope you've gotten an eye for people. No worries, Horn, Janie is the bestest. Janie's top-tier waifu material? Just because I like baked goods too, and coffee and tea. No worries, my eyesight's always been brilliant. Yo, imagine having brilliant eyesight. My eyesight's always been poop.
What's it say on the slip?
109 Dam Street, tonight 8 p.m. That's all.
Dam Street? It's the boundary between districts 10 and 11. Rings bells for me. It's Baron Bolton's estate. Looks like there's an important meeting tonight. Bagpipe, we should go.
Hey, you have one of the best names, more coffee breaks. You could... Actually, I could use more coffee breaks too. I love coffee so much. Also tea, I'll drink both. I've never mixed them together though. Actually, I should experiment with that. Though, I wonder how cursed they would taste. I'm scared, depending on my coffee and tea that I use. Because I have both that have really, really strong flavors, like hickory coffee and osmanthus tea. Actually, no, osmanthus isn't that strong tasting. But I have some other teas that are very, very strong tasting with crazy names. Like the goddess tea. This is where you were. That's right. Sipping hot tea, skimming the paper, doing things befitting a woman of my age. I want to summon Outcast, if Outcast is ever summonable. She should come to my base, I mean my Rhodes Island. I want to see how Outcast would fight. Feel. Strong wind kicking up. Found what you're looking for? Tehran. When you want to find tomorrow, you go meet with yesterday. You can speak Tehran.
Can't speak much at all. What you hear is what you get. Just showing off what I learned. Hard to believe. Oh, that's right. You're an incredible one. Haha. You get a nice rush for the first time you impress somebody. But there's diminishing returns on the second and third round. Nobody at our office even knows how to speak Tehran. Considering your backgrounds, that's reasonable. Oliver grew up in a middle-class household in North Londinium, with family roots in Gaul. He lives upstairs from the office these days, taking some time off every year to go back and see his wife and children. Fred's more or less an apprentice from County Peninsula. He's got a bunch of brothers and one sister, and a whole family gets along like a dream. Will's a local. His clan moved decades ago from a fixed village nearby, and his Tehran blood's probably from his paternal grandmother. You've looked at our data? Do I look like the type who does homework? Not my style.
Outcast, I wish I could not do homework either, but then I need to do homework. Homework's like 30% of the grade. Or something like that. 30 or maybe more. Ooh, out of the elite operators that I've known, who would I want to summon? Scout, Ace, Outcast, or Sharp? Can I do a 2-for-1 thing? Can I get... I want Ace and maybe... maybe Sharp. Actually, if I had to choose one though, I want Outcast. She seems like an interesting lady. Plus, I find it entertaining, or really interesting when there's characters who are on the older side in these kind of games, because you know they are the most badass if you're able to survive this long in these types of worlds. It's always the elderly characters you gotta be the most wary of. They're the most OP as heck.
Then, how do you know? Language. Name, pronunciation, wording, tone, and even where you pause. Language tells a keen ear more than you could ever guess. I heard about how Sancta extraordinary are, but I never figured. Really, it's just a hobby of mine.
Yo, Outcast would be so good here. She'd be the best in the tourism industry if she can tell so much about a person just based on how they sound. She'd be perfect here.
Anyhow, language itself holds a special significance to some folks. Why else would the Tehrans have cared so much about digging a sample of their own language out of a pile of old books? You're not wrong. Half a decade ago, barely any Tehrans regularly spoke it. And you? You've probably heard it in me. I'm not a Tehran. My wife was. She only taught me a word or two while she was still alive. Yet nowadays, you see that gradually dying language all over the newspaper. Plus, I just overheard someone outside the window teaching kids how to call each other in Tehran. Until you mentioned it, I never noticed. Language binds a people together tighter than most things. A language doesn't get diluted over time like bloodlines do. And it doesn't get weighed on the scales of cost-benefit analysis like everything else.
Language can get diluted over time depending on how many people speak it, Outcast. Like, just depends.
Looks like there's some out there who want to exploit those ties, bring back together the community that's been loosening away. But with that, the gatherings that already were lose their stability. Victoria wouldn't sit back and let this play out right under its nose, and yet, the harder you pull, the harder the backlash will snap. You all know why I came, don't you? Actually, I'm not that sure. I just feel like you wouldn't need to bother an elite operator to go fetch data in person. Numbers on paper don't mean a thing against seeing it with your own two eyes. Put it that way, I really am here fetching data. Could you just tell me one more time, in the last 6 months, how many local businesses suspended collaboration with us? 7. That's 3 on top of last month's report. In modern Victoria, when any wind stirs the grass, it's the big merchants' wallets that feel it first. I need to head out, get a few more eyefuls of this place. Make it before the city gets drowned under dirty rain.
Leader, you've had your eyebrows wrinkled ever since this morning.
We don't have much time to go. This Spectre Force move is inconsistent in ways with past incidents. Their execution was covert before, rapid. Every time we thought to chase them, we'd find the leads wiped clean. But now...
Oh, like they finished knitting a jumper and just tossed yarn ends on the floor? Barely an idea of how each end is linked to.
And moreover, these leads have all cut off at County Hillock.
It's not just you. I'm feeling trapped as all heck too. This city is just like a pressure cooker, sealed shut. The residents, the barracks, everyone's twitchy, and people are getting up in arms anywhere and anytime.
Everyone's waiting for when the first bolt strikes.
I'm not sure. Reed. The name does not sound very familiar.
But if it does truly strike, what will the city know? What will Victoria become?
Leader?
Someone's telling us. So they are. See that alley to the west?
Understood.
Stop where you are.
Erg. Hey, it's the boy. The boy with the ball. Hold on, what? It's a little bairn. And you look kind of familiar too? Ow. Sorry. I'll let go now. I thought it'd be some baddie following us. Ball. You dropped your ball, so you came here to pick it up? I'll ask you to hurry now. I'll ask you to hurry home now. It's not too safe here. Your mom and dad'll worry for you if you go running all over. False alarm, leader.
Just one child? No, that doesn't seem quite right. It wasn't just one person following us, and the fact that they could go several streets without us noticing means they definitely have experience tailing. Did you see anyone out of the ordinary just now, when you hit up high?
If I have to say, there was a street not far away with a particularly bright ring I caught a glimpse of.
Sancta. Let me get a piece of cake and this apple pie, and I'll have some of those cookies too.
Outcast, may I have some too? That sounds delicious.
Tough call. Warfarin has been telling me to lay off the sweets. Hey there, quick question. Which of these cakes is the sweetest? Like you don't know? Come on, you've been in County Hillock a while, haven't you? If I had to guess, probably over 3 years of service. Who are you? Calm down, I could tell. And the nice folks you're following sure could too. Your cover's blown away. Your cover's blown anyway. Why don't you try some of this apple pie I bought? It's good, I'm telling you. You weird, mad Sancta. Where'd you come from? Why are you trying to get in my way? Me? I'm not. I'm just passing by. Team 12, target lost. But judging by the direction they disappeared, it's likely they're heading for Dam Street. Alright, I understand. I'll bring them straight away. We'll check through one by one. I'm warning you, Sancta. If it's not yours to meddle, don't meddle. Warning me? If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, you know, I ain't exactly used to walking around unarmed. I've got no time to listen to you talk big. Soldiers, we're moving. You can breathe now, shopkeep. The soldiers are all gone. If Harns were to be suspicious on Outcast, whose side would I be on? Outcast side, because Outcast is one of my elite operators. So I'm biased in that aspect. You can breathe now, shopkeep. The soldiers are all gone. Mind bagging up the sweets for me? I got some folks back at the office who ought to try them. After all, it's about time I called all my little friends back from their field work. And look how sweet she is. She's buying everyone sweets. I want sweets now. Maybe tomorrow, I'll place an order at a bakery. I could get a fruit tart. Fruit tarts are good. I could get... maybe cake? Cake's always good. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's Friday. It's $5 Friday. I'll see what's for sale. That's the first priority. Sales are always the best. Never go wrong with sales. And let's see, where do I want to put her? Maybe here? Here seems good. That is a decent area. Go, my boy, do the thing. It makes sense why they both like apple pie. Weren't Sancta known for liking sweet stuff? Which is very understandable, as someone who also likes sweets. How do I want to put? You know, over here's decent. Yes. Very, very good. Let's have Gabriel gain more experience destroying others. That way she'll become my bestie. As one does. Gaining trust by destroying together. Those who destroy together become extra besties. There. Oops, I used her skill too early. It's okay, they're slowly coming in. And look at her doing the thing. I can just sit back and relax. Actually, I'll use Golden Go's thingy. There, lovely. Now I just sit back and watch the carnage. Yay.
Mission accomplished.
Honorable lady, I'm most privileged to inform you, the dinner party's all ready.
So slow, you aristocrats, taking your sweet time with everything you do. You're a nightmare. A mystery person. Ooh, hello. I took a quick glimpse at the new skin that's gonna come out on top of Twitter. I'm still salty though about that one pack that I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna ever show up in the store.
It was my inadequate reception. Please, permit that I express to you my most sincere apologies.
You can save your breath. How many will be coming today, exactly?
All of County Hillock's fine minds have received the invitation, including our most widely celebrated bard as of recent, Seamus Williams.
Bard? I'm so bored dead already. What about the nobles and merchants you promised to find?
Of course. They'll all be coming too. For example, the leader within the South's region's textiles industry, Sir Paulette, recipient of the McCoffey Prize, Dr. Bashir, and the owner of more than 10 steelworks, Mr. Evans.
Oh, these people you mention, especially that last one, they're definitely coming.
Yes, and a portion of them have already arrived. I hear a most honorable guest has turned up, and quite a few celebrity intellects from other cities have come flocking too. All for a single glimpse of you and your compatriots' presence. Oh yes, as per your request, I've drawn up the list of names for your perusal whenever you should.
Bit too many words, but you've done good enough work. Alright, you can head off now.
Deeply grateful for your generous praise. Once you're ready, please inform me. I simply cannot wait to see this ordinary little parlor of mine be dazzlingly belighted by your arrival.
Why are you still here? Weren't you done talking?
Ahem. Please allow me to ask one last question. That most honorable lady there, have we even the sliver of a chance that she might alight on the venue too?
That's not yours to ask. Clear off. Mandragora, what has you feeling all flustered? Less of that tongue-in-cheek, giving me reflux. We all know you'd never really give a shit about anyone, Harmony. Sigh. Then I'll have to put it another way. You've been blocking my light with your half-wit ambling. I'd like to finish reading this lovely novel, dear. Shh. Are all of you rich people like that? Hang instruments up a wall, buy a few books, act like you're filling the windows so nobody notices how you got nothing at all in your head. I'll take having a window to fill over having nothing of anything inside or out, wouldn't you say? I guess these two are really high up on the list of people at the party. You. Now, you're not happy to calm down for a while, I see. How about this? If which foot forward first bothers you so much in this ball, you know nothing about, I can be your lead for this dance. What complete shit are you on about? I'm thinking of bigger things. With this many nobles and merchants coming, if we can get their support, then forget just occupying one scant little hillock. We could snatch the whole of Londinium. Mandragora, time to hold still. At this point, can't you just let that grotty book of yours go? Do you even think for a second about anything important to the leader or me? They're frenemies. I'm not saying anything about you. I'm not saying anything about your oh so helpless gait. I'm saying take your roller coaster babble and hold it still. And all that absurdity you're exhausting your little brain with too. You telling me to hold it now? As if I could. Laying out and assigning roles, swallowing my sick to set this meeting up. How much of me do you think I poured out for this plan? I couldn't wait since forever ago. I can't wait for Dulan's fires to burn the city through, rip this lie of a titan under our feet apart. And you, huh? You and that shameless fake, taking what should be the glory of the leader. It is really, really time for you to shut up now. At what point was your job to make decisions for the leader? I haven't seen much of Harmony to know if I like her or not personality-wise. But design-wise, yes, I like her smug expression. All the fan art that appeared on my timeline, I'm just like, ooh, hello, mysterious smug kitty. It's me. Yes, we're still here. Oh? Things have gotten a little interesting at long last. Seems we've no need to scrap in here about whether your little schemes of insolence are feasible or not. Is it news from that bastard? Someone sniffed out this location. I have a feeling it'll be more of your friendly little invitees coming to the meeting tonight. People from the army? More or less. My. Maybe some of my acquaintances too. Shh! God on high, I want to. Put away your staff. You'll get your chance, but it won't be now. It's time we go. We've got other things to do. Leave it to her in here. We might be in for a good show before we know it. I was starting to fantasize about how it'd look if this horrible room broke down into slag. Later, I didn't imagine slipping in would be as easy as this. Here I thought we'd have to find a way to infiltrate. Not out of the question. That said, go in the proper way and it's more convenient to find a conversation partner. Guess my friend at the barracks got some real precious information. Can't be that many who know about this meeting. A lot of secret aristocrat parties are held this way. They usually think of invitation letters as passé. So long as you have a channel to tap for info, plus a token of proof of identity, you have what you need to pass the doorstep. You never told me your family was all big, famous nobility. Does it make a difference? When I was in school, the noble students always stuck with their own. Of course, they studied together, but after school, they never did much with the rest of us if they could help it. Don't tell me you actually like all the pomp and formality. Ceremonial gowns you only wear once. The trending look changing every week. Courtesy greetings ad nauseum. Don't even remind me. Actually went to that kind of thing once or twice with a good friend, and just trying to remember which fork you used to eat first made my head want to explode on the spot. Perfect. I'm not much of a fan either. Even if I'm loath to admit it, just having this family name does come in handy once in a while. Leader, the people come in here today, are they all supporters of the Spectre Force? I don't necessarily think so. Mr. Williams, I finally get to meet you. I heard you were coming and came bolting right over from County Peninsula just to ask if you could sign this anthology in my collection here.
Of course, fine lady. It would be my honor. Seamus, my dearest great bard, here you were. I just finished reading your newly published tales from history. Such fascinating writings. It was the first I learned that us Taurons had such a grand storied past. Thank you. But they're works of fantasy, adapted from an array of folk legends. The greatest value of my work is simply unearthing gems buried by sandstorms. All the better for more to see.
You truly are too modest. The Draco King Gale you penned, founding by himself the most radiant culture that was Tara. He stood grand and wise, so much so that my dreams are flushed with emotion, and he's part of them all. Ooh, hello, hello?
Yes, too true. In my eyes, you're like to Lathanian's grand musicians, with the chance to make change to an entire era. Ha, ha. I must say, you exaggerate. So long as you wanted, all of Victoria's publishers would be wide open to you, every one of them wanting to translate your works to the ink of different languages. And when that happens, every country across the land will realize our Taran culture has its own unique charm. Not to be stifled by the ever-same grumble of Victoria's machines.
If only things could be so wonderful. If more and more international figures come to support us, our voices will be so much more easily heard by the dukedom and parliament.
Right you are. I'm a Victorian citizen, same as anyone else. And just because some great-great-great-grandfather of mine was King Gale's subject, suddenly I'm being asked to pay so much more inheritance tax. How preposterous.
Even so, Mr. Evans, you still give vigorous employ to plenty enough of our fellows, providing everyone the chance to gain their footing upon the City of Grace. No wonder you and your clan are the pride of us Tarans.
Aha! Quite right, our fellows. It's far from easy for them to find any respectable work. I hear they'll toil in the factories for a week, and only earn ye little coin. Yet Victorian workers from other backgrounds are able to earn twice as much in your factories. Allow me to say something perhaps a little out of fashion. It's far from simple to have our neighbors of strength acknowledge us, isn't it? Please think about it, everyone. Only with its music and poems, how could Lathanian become the Lathanian of today? Just as Lathanian has casters that intimidate. We Tarans must depend on more political power if we want to gain recognition, such as the technological support of some friends from far away.
Ooh. The nobility of Victoria for the felines, tigers, and lions are considered nobility that has the same weight to the Draco of Victoria? Then again, everyone worships cats no matter what world they're in. Oops.
And by pure luck, I just had the tiniest means by which I received sponsorship. And I would be overjoyed to take the opportunity to let the friends of the Baron share it. Ha. You're absolutely spot on. Any subsidy is of great importance. If you let it all pass you by, then no matter how deft your tongue, you watch for the day it dries up and lacks the power to express. From that perspective, I'm the same as everyone else. We're all yearning for a whole new era, so why not give a toast to this common dream of ours?
Truly. An evening to inspire? How strange. Where did Mr. Williams get off to? Where are you, Mr. Williams? Good evening, Mr. Williams.
Greetings, ma'am.
I want his hat. I hope I'm not bothering you. Are you writing?
Ha ha. Just a small poem. It's been several days now, and I still haven't finished it. I was thinking this meeting would give me some inspiration, but it seems now there's still no forcing the muse.
These settings always like to use up a person's energy too quickly. Did you also feel a little worn out?
Ha ha. Caught red-handed. If it weren't for Charles, I mean, the Baron inviting me so ardently, I would have preferred to spend the night reading by my own fireplace.
Wouldn't we all? I bet every person willing to participate in this sort of thing is forced to for a living.
I like that way of putting it. You're not from Tehran, ma'am, are you?
You guessed correctly. I imagine a lupo's a rare sight among the residents here. Hello?
Haha. I've inadvertently judged background by race. Though you're deliberately choosing vocabulary we're more used to, your accent still exposes you. It's the accent only a Victorian noble receiving a standard Londinium education would have.
No wonder you're a great bard, extremely sharp.
The first step to writing is observation. I can even tell you and they have differing purposes for coming.
I wonder who has better observational skills based on, like, voice. Mr. Bard Williams or Outcast. Since they're both really, really, really good at reading people.
The first step to writing is observation. I can even tell that you and they have differing purposes for coming.
You're suspecting me?
Suspecting what? I'm only here to exchange some ideas. And you're exchanging with me right now.
No matter if I'm not Tehran.
Precisely because you're not. A glass of malt liquor, thank you. Would you like anything to drink, ma'am?
I'll be fine. Standing in the window breeze is plenty enough for me.
Then we'll continue our merry chat. What were you just saying? Right, yes. Words and writing were born for the purpose of exchange, including both conversations past and future, and this talk between you and I, here and now.
You're the one allowing for me. If you used Tehran, I'd be as good as deaf.
Ha ha. In this party, you'll be hard-pressed to hear any Tehran.
It just clicked for me, actually. All the works of yours I've read are written in Victorian.
Rhyming confines a poet's imagination. Characteristically, Victoria's poems, when you read them, are very unlike Lithuanians. I much love reading poems written in Old Tehran. Reading the writing is like touching upon, feeling another face of history. But I've no plans to pass myself off as anything. I grew up speaking Victorian. My thoughts are molded by the language, and if I started to write in Tehran instead, I'd be a clown dancing in shoes far too big for him.
I hear there are many longing for the revival of Tehran culture.
Of course, I'm one of them. Our city roams upon the land, the soil unchanging, yet at the same time, change constantly happening. Perhaps a day will come when Tehran once again becomes the building blocks of our children's minds, and I'd be willing to embrace such a transformation.
And if there are those who wish this change to be rapid, an explosion even reversive of the natural trend.
What is the use of an idea? You are planting a feather in the ground, imagining it growing into a foul beast.
from the first poetry anthology you published. It's one of my particular favorites.
That is my answer to the question of yours. In my own view, I can't, and have no thought to alter this soil. I'm simply the one trying to plant feathers. And ideas fundamentally ought to be free, with no one who can interfere. Each feather that grows in each person's heart may be totally unlike, just as we all have different hopes for the future in this great swath of soil.
I understand, Mr. Williams. Allow me to speak from the heart. It's been truly pleasant to chat with you. Leader, something's not right. What is it? Cello's lot have gone over 40 minutes without sending anything. Weren't they meant to be dealing with the troops at the barracks? You told them they were to give a message. They were to send a message every half hour. Right as we set off, Cello was even gripping at me how this mission was too boring. And on top of that, don't you feel it's a little too quiet all around? I've been keeping watch at the window. Ought to be able to see people going in and out of this place. Out of the plaza. But then all of a sudden, it was like something happened, and everyone scarpered away. Don't tell me. The ones telling us before were the barracks. The ballroom doors are kicked open without warning. Dozens of soldiers armed to the teeth come charging in. Good heavens, what's happening? And why the sudden show of force? You have the audacity to point weapons at me? Do you understand who we are?
Who is it? Who let the secret out? Damn and blast. We need to get out of here quick. Hurry. Please go inform Madame Manjagora and just say we got trouble. What? You mean they're all gone? When did this happen? A whole hour ago? A whole hour ago? You useless. All of you, stay where you are.
Oh, it's the Colonel again.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, no mistake. You have been utterly captured.
Ooh! The one time he's actually fast. He takes 2 hours to meet up with Horn, but he's so fast getting there. Okay. Ooh, 5 entrances and my 1 exit. That's fine. That ain't too bad. Not bad at all.
Colonel, we meet again, Scamandros.
You don't seem one bit surprised.
Surprised? No. From the first time I met you, I've not been one bit surprised. You're bound to mingle with this rabble simply because of that cheap sympathy you learned from your noble etiquette classes.
You shadowed us?
I'd rather term this rational management. Regardless of anything, I must thank you. If it weren't for your leading the way, I wouldn't have such a sublime opportunity to net all these rot-eating vermin in one fell swoop. You hide fairly deep most of the time, don't you? I confess, I'm quite curious. What made you so audacious as to gather up? Could it be that from the outcomes of your last few pathetic, negligible sneak attacks, you mistakenly believed County Hillock was already under your control? Ahem. Colonel Sir, I believe there may be some misunderstanding at play here.
This is just a simple party, yes. It ain't suspicious at all, Colonel.
That is wrong, Baron Bolton. There is no misunderstanding between us whatsoever. I am pristinely I am pristinely clear about your confidential lowly dealings. It's only some of my good friends and family gathered here today. That I can guarantee you on my very name. Shut up kindly, good sir. The honor you've inherited from your ancestry purchases nothing in my eyes.
You have some nerve saying that.
The one dishonoring your so-called noble reputation isn't me by far. Who are they? Reveling in the position and wealth Victoria accords them, then turning to secretly collude with the most lowly rebels of them all?
This is out and out slander.
I'm starting to be sick of this blather now. You rabble should behave as the rabble outside, weeping in the light of a blaze, where you confess your own wrongdoings.
Just as he said, from outside the window comes wails and cries, the glass reflecting speckled points of fire. Leader, look outside. It's not just in here. He's got the Tyrants and the whole block surrounded too. He's not exaggerating at all. He's covering ordinary residents with military force. I've been around the street before. A huge portion of them are elderly and children. With methods suddenly this radical, it seems there is some other information he has a hold on. He's very likely to have hidden intel about the Spectre Force from us. Nothing from Triangle? No comes at all since afternoon. Flip, could something have happened to them? There's no point in worrying. What's more pressing right now is we should hold the troops back as much as we can. We can't stay trapped in here at least.
You, the voiver over there. You are not to think of breaking out through the wall. Before my questioning bears fruit, no one is allowed to leave this room.
He spotted me. Time to bonk him. I wish.
Come out. I see you. No movement. I want you to kneel here and behave.
Ugh.
Is there anyone else in your home? Speak up.
No.
You're not hiding anyone. I'll see for myself. Listen, so long as I see you move a muscle, no matter what you're trying at, I will immediately shoot your head through.
Whimper. What are you doing?
Who are you? Coming from nowhere and running in front of my crossbow? Watch your own head. Wait, hold on. I recognize you. You're that guard of honor from Adam's group, aren't you? I saw you at the New Year do. Your group didn't get any order to move. What are you doing here?
Janie's just being best girl right now. Excuse you, sir. I have another assignment nearby I'm on.
Fine then. To each their own. Don't you start getting in my way.
That last called bagpipe told me I could step forth to change the situation. Can I, though? I have to try at least. Did they do something wrong to be treated this rough?
You're asking me? Why don't you go ask them?
Sob.
What are you crying for? Wasn't it you lot harboring thugs, giving them food and drink, feeding them information?
Do you have evidence?
Evidence? You want evidence? Do the wounds at the 9th and 13th count? Each one of their bodies still warm? Some died by eerie origini marks. Some died by makes of crossbows and sabers, identical to the ones we carry. And some had traces of on their necks, left behind by farming tools. Our heads cut off from the threshers like wheat, bodies crushed thin and flat by tractors like plowed land. Have you ever pictured that? The devastation?
Ope.
That's right. You should want to puke. I saw with my own eyes, and I recognized who that head used to belong to. And for an entire afternoon, I puked. I couldn't stop.
Why would they treat their own like this? This is too cruel.
Ha! Damn right you are. Behaving never suited them. Now you understand this serves them right, don't you? What are you still blanking out for?
So, these are all bad people? Just because they're all Terrans? Sob. I haven't done a thing, sir. She's crying. Her husband already passed away from erypathy, and her child's only pushing 10. Is someone bereft like this really going to be a murderer?
How have I not gotten it through to you? They're all one kind, do you understand? Even if this woman and her child haven't done anything, they're all together in this.
If it wasn't a Tehran in front of you all, but some other Victorian citizen, would you still insist on treating them all as thugs? I'm just saying, if from the very beginning, there were never those discriminatory laws, if Tehrans could have earned as much as anyone else, gotten the same chance at healthcare, wouldn't none of this conflict ever have happened?
Alright, guard of honor. If you love asking questions so much, keep asking. There won't be an answer. Nobody's got any way of answering you. I'm essentially done searching this house by now anyway. So it's on to the next one. Hey, I said I was going. Not that you could stand up.
Sob. Don't take me. Craig can't be without me.
Shut it with all the sobbing. Worrying about your child all day long, just so I can go on soft on you, is it?
Just let her go.
You, fine. I'm busy anyway. I can afford to ignore this woman. But just to warn you, you might be protecting them now with all of your kind heart. But be careful they don't blow you sky high without blinking the moment your head is turned. Don't you forget, after all, you and them aren't the same kind. Have you seen the looks in their eyes before? In their eyes, no matter how you behave, you'll always be one of us.
Excuse you, Mr. Victorian soldier. Bonk. Just go, please. Spit.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Can we bonk him already? Phew. You've not been harmed, no? Shakes head. It's lucky. After me and Saris talked, I couldn't shake this nervous feeling, and I had to come back and take a look. So it really can be a bit of use to stand up. Come on, I'll help you back inside for tonight. No, tomorrow as well. Don't go out, please. There's ruffians outside as well as... At any rate, Hillock won't be as safe for the next few days. Right. And where's your boy, Craig? He's not at home? Craig, he... Gulp. He's been taken away by the soldiers, hasn't he? I don't know. I need to go and find him. Janie's the greatest.
Hill. Colonel, we've just apprehended this one in the corridor outside, right as he was attempting to dive out the window. I'm sorry. Let me guess, this boy is some follower of yours, preparing to send word to somebody or other? Wipes off a cold sweat. I want a lawyer. I know the mayor and quite a few members too. Let me go. You have no authority to keep us held like this. It seems my guess was dead on. Every one of you has some involvement. You may speak. All I need to know is where your co-conspirators are hiding. How about this then? I'll count to 3. Arg, don't kill me!
My goodness, why must you have me see such cruelty? You can't be doing this.
Really? Scamandros, tell your subordinate. Do I have the right to be doing this?
Leader.
Provisional Administrative Law. In the event that we are unable to receive direct orders from Londinium, Colonel Hamilton is the highest acting commander of the County Hillock Barracks, and does possess the authority to impose martial law on the whole city.
She has so much power. I know, but if he's seriously going to do this, then he's essentially declaring a formal war on the hidden army.
I fear that one thing they've said is right. We are already situated within a war.
But we barely know more than nothing about that army. We're stark open and they're still in the shadows, no matter what. I don't feel now was good timing to open fire first.
Timing. They never picked up any timing. They never picked any timing when they launched attacks on us. Unilaterally. Colonel, even if you won't take any suggestion from our team, I still must express clear opposition to the course of action you are about to adopt. Very thankful for your one scrap of self-awareness shown. In honesty, I'm not too fond of doing this either. As long as they left me other choice, I would never be willing to break the Empire's laws.
Sure, Mr. Hamilton.
Yet we're out of time. The hidden army is closing in with each step. Isn't this as you said too, Scamandros? You too came to drag the ghost out into the sunlight. If we don't seize this opportunity and force all the remaining conspirators out, then we will have lost County Hillock before the morrow. Colonel, I believe the more critical the juncture, the more each step we choose will lead to divergent results. I'm sure there are many innocents among those present. You can take them away first, and then... No, I have no time to squander on pointless interrogation. Right now, on this very spot, these rabblesome dregs will make clear where in the world their members are hidden. Hill, do it. We've tarried on long enough. Colonel. And who in hell's bloody bells are you? Please arrest me. I am Baron Bolton's guest, and will know much more than any of these poor young people rendered near unconscious. Seamus! What are you doing stepping up? Seamus Williams. You're the bard? I am, Colonel. Very good. I've been meaning to look for you, so as to keep you from continuing to incite those imbeciles with your blither.
Williams.
You need not fear, ma'am. I ought to thank the Colonel, for just a moment ago, I worked out how my poem should conclude. Seize him!
A ball? Where have I seen this? Hey, it's that ball again.
Hill, order those posted outside to find the rabble who broke the window.
No, this isn't right. There's a sound coming from the ball.
What?
Get down! What's in the ball?
Who was that? Where did you show up from? It's you lot. Go inform the Colonel double time. Fourth has run into the thugs in an alley by the square. This group has been annihilated. Leader, the nearby Terran blocks have all been occupied by ours. You lot are...
Hello, leader. You know, Craig's built different. He could be in on this. He's one of the biggest masterminds. He's high up on the chart. Craig is built different.
It's you. You're the one we've been waiting for. You actually gave your hand to me.
There'll be no one else to oppress you again. And you'll never need anyone's arm to lean on again. From this moment on, you can walk freely upon the soil by your own power.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Everything I did, it really was right. There'll be a day for us Terrans, when we can have our own city. We can walk heads held high in the streets. We'll never be given unjust treatment again.
I wonder when they're gonna actually reveal her name in the game, though. Because right now she's just the leader, not Reed. Yes, it is precisely for that day that we come.
Leader, you have to see. It's the fire we lit in your service.
The ballroom.
According to the report Madame Mandragora gave, the barracks top brass are all in there. However, an explosion of that scale would only give the barracks arrogance pause. Unfortunately, it could never wipe them out. Apart from the barracks, who else is there? Some locals who will us well. They learned of our inside matters, and the head's thoughts are, for the overall picture, we can't leave anyone alive to tell tales. They also said, if you won't make a move, they will themselves. In the end, my fire is quicker. Tell them, I know what should be done. I'll take the ballroom. Yes, leader. Your fire will break these shackles that have chained us for centuries.
Wait. Disconnected? Wait, why? Disconnected? What happened? Hey! Arknights. Why you disconnect me for? That's not... Data expired? What? What? What just happened? Let me just try to fix this. This'll be a thing. What happened though? Maintenance should have happened yet. Hey. Do I gotta log in? It shouldn't be a new day yet in the game. For me, the day resets at 1 AM. Let me see if I gotta... But yeah, the reset for me is 1 AM for Arknights. For Fate, it's 6 PM. For Princess Connect, it's 3 AM. Blue Archive is 9 AM. Okay, there. I didn't have to log in again. I got scared. Okay. That was strange. It never kicked me out before like that. Well, time to try again. Weird. I'll just stick with who I brought last time. Boop. What happened? Let me just go right through to get to where I was earlier, as one do. Get me to where I was, please. Fast forward. is there maintenance right now? Did it start yet, technically? I thought maintenance was supposed to be later. I like their designs for the soldiers. I really like their mask. Okay, I can still play for now. Oh, so it did cut off right before the fight then. I wasn't sure if it did or not. Time to see how this be. Okay, they're slowly approaching as one do, menacingly. You know, to assert dominance. 17, 18, 19. Yeah, but here. Okay. Gotta bring out my boy, as one do. That looks good. He can stay here, I believe in him. Oh no, there's a person attacking. How dare they? Okay, that's good. Put him here. I shall bring out Chen. Yeah, Chen seems decent right now here. Where shall I face her? Actually, no, maybe I'll face her there. I'll put Susie here. I believe in you, Susie. Those guys have extra fancy looking shields. They must be important if they have fancy shields. But there is no fear. Yeah, no fear. Good job, Susie. I'll put Gabriel up here because she's cool like that. And let's see. I'll put my bestie Mudrock down here. And I'll take her out. That's decent. Nah, everyone's bestie. But honestly, for Janie, she's more towards waifu. Not too bad so far. I'm sorry, Dusk. This is gonna hurt you, but I want to see what happens if I put you here. How much damage can you do before you go poof? Look at her doing so good. Oh, now they're finally moving. I'm sorry, Dusk. Now just a tiny bit more. There.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, nice. Good fight. Now tutorial. Okay. Tutorials ain't scary. Ooh, the floor, the way it looks, I could never put thorns down for this. Or actually, maybe just one area. Today, we'll be learning how to use battlefield ruins in combat. Focus, observe. Focus. Observe the terrain and enemy positions. Yes, instructor. Those enemies there, they're very close to the protection objective. What should we do? Under these circumstances, we must somehow attempt to block passage to the protection objective. Do you see those tattered pillars? They're already near collapse from taking artillery fire. And so long as you stand at the neighboring tile to attack them,
You can push them over the other way.
I'll try. Oh, that's fun. Go get him, Melantha.
The tattered pillar's structural stability has broken its threshold, entering a damaged state. Now, after a single strike, it will collapse in the opposite direction.
Yay!
Do you see that? Once the operator gives the tattered pillar the final attack, the pillar falls in the opposite direction from where the operator was positioned, and not only causes great damage, but creates battlefield ruins in a two-tile range that block the enemy's advance.
That's nice. Gotta force him to go the long way then.
So many though.
Instructor, more enemies have shown up. I can't deal with them on my own.
No need to panic. Take note, for further convenience in handling these pillars, we may also use these demolition devices.
This mechanic seems decent. It reminds me of putting those blocks down. But instead pushing things to create little blockage areas.
When a demolition device is deployed next to a tattered pillar, the blast wave will collapse the pillar in the demolition device's deployment direction.
Oh, that's fun. I like being able to crush them like that.
Now, go and put the knowledge you've learned from this drill into practice. Remember, deploy operators to attack the pillars from the neighboring positions or use demolition devices. Be flexible in choosing the most appropriate way to respond to the enemy based on combat situation.
Melantha, I'm gonna come help too.
Another wave of enemies is here. The rest is up to you.
Yeah, I got this. Block him there. Do a thing to push it over as one do. Heh.
Mission accomplished.
Satisfaction. Yay! That was easy. The biggest hint was her saying that she wanted to come in too. Because she said that, you know it's meant to be, to put her down there. I see lots and lots of blockages. That's fun. Good for me to do the thing. And 3 entrances, 2 exits. That's fine. I understand if a person failed it the first time, though. I failed a tutorial before the... Or actually, no. Yeah, I did, I think. So it's understandable. Now let's see how this game of hide and seek will be. Ooh, that's a lot of dudes. A lot of them want to play hide and seek, huh? They're excited. I want to push them over. That was satisfying. Ooh, I want to push these ones over now. Goodbye, sirs. Heh. Yep, very satisfying. Okay, let me put Silver Ash down. I should probably put a healer soon. You know, that would be smart. But will I do it? That's the question. Yes, I will. I will be semi-smart. Okay, a lot of them are coming this way, so I might as well use skills to assert dominance as one do. Gabby'll save us! Ooh, my people can fall from the pillars? Well, it's okay, they can't. The pillars can't reach here. Ha, I wish. It's not like the enemies would push them towards me, right? Haha. Right? That would be scary if enemies could do that. Go get him, Susie. The great MVP. I'll let her do her thing a little bit. You know, I'll bring out... Yeah, and I almost never use her, but it's fun using her for her skill. I like feeling extra powerful with the defense. It feels nice. Look at them slowly approaching. Maybe I should have put Gavio in her place. Oh well. Jan's doing so much damage. This is great. They're barely even able to get up here. But I want to feel buff, so I might as well use her skill just to assert dominance. You know, I'll use everyone's skill. Never mind. Ahem. Leader, are you alright? I'm okay. But you? We're lucky you didn't jump on it this time. You reacted faster than me. At least everyone in this bit of the hall is basically fine thanks to your shield. I couldn't protect everyone. The smoke's everywhere it'll go. Looks to me like the Colonel only took light harm, and they're retreating out the other door. Out another door. Aw, the Colonel only took light harm? I mean, yay, she did so good at protecting. The Bard. Oh, he was stood too close to the bomb. What a pity. It's not everyone who can step forth for others at blade point. He was a poet, but he had the courage to match an excellent soldier. I wish so badly he could have died with meaning. Well, the enemy's still outside. Bagpipe. Let's evacuate the survivors. Rest in peace, Bard. You were cool. And I wanted to hear the end to his poem, too. Bagpipe? Darkness. Bagpipe stares blankly out the window. Look at her standing down there, asserting her dominance. In that single moment, it is as if the sound of battle vanishes. A tremendous energy bursts from the depths of the night. Without a flicker of a flare, from the statue to the city hall, all living beings are instantly silently snapped to ash. And immediately after, an army seeps out from the night and the ashes without a sound. I've never ever seen fire like this before. The headcaster, who is she? Bagpipe, move away, quick. You're too close to the window. Given the energy just now, the next attack could blow straight through the walling. Yes, leader. I'm just... She's like, ooh, pretty flames, I must stare. Understandable. Help me! Hurry! Help me! My leg, arg, ow! Focus on rescue. Pull back for now. Who was that? Are there still any Victorian soldiers alive? Surprise! It's the enemy all over.
By the speed of this march, the Spectre Force infiltrated the city long ago.
District 11 to 17 have been occupied far too quick. Can't be... Is this the reason the Colonel went to search those blocks?
We need to withdraw south of District 10. The troops in Spectre Force are doing battle there right now. Don't go off to battle. Take me back to somewhere I can hide in safety first. I can't let the heads find I'm still alive.
Take you back? With all this going on right now, you ought to be taken straight to prison.
Later. Erg. Ow. I'll pay you. I can even gift you a city block, so long as you...
I don't need a city block, I just need enough gacha funds to get everyone I want. Leader, can I use my own ways to shut him up?
We'll ask a few things more while he's still awake. Who was that heading the casters just now? That's... the leader.
The Spectre Force's leader? What? Who is she?
I don't know.
Aren't you compatriots? You had the absolute gall to bring people into your house while knowing nothing?
She's... the Duke's guest.
Duke? Which one?
I can't.
Can't what?
Erg.
He... died? The Spectre Force did that? Don't they band together? Why are the Spectre Force targeting their own?
Let's get out of here first. You, hold still. Who are you? What are you doing here? I was just delivering medicine. You all started fighting before I knew it. Delivering medicine? Who for? Is it the Victorian soldiers? Rhode Island's medicine is for the infected use, and we don't pay mind to patients' identities. Your movements are suspect. It's alright now, Will. Outcast, Glass, you came just in time. Hey, you got the comms this afternoon, didn't you? Rhode Island's called an emergency stop to all daily business in County Hillock. I got it, yeah, but... you wanted to finish delivering the rest? You're a good kid. Pass the meds and I'll deliver what's left for you. Lass, what on terror is going on outside? There was fighting everywhere in just a blink. Several hundred years of accumulated resentment put to use, turned into a fire ready to destroy all. And let me tell you, it's only just getting started. Hurry on back. Now that I'm here, my highest priority is making sure we don't lose a single Rhodes Islander. Alright, lass. Right, I just caught sight of Miss Jane near District 17. She comes to the office so often. We all have treated her as a Rhodes Island operator.
I'll fully treat her as one if she lets me summon her.
She's a Victorian soldier, and with what these writers think, they won't just let her go. Got it. I'll amend my previous statement. We're not losing even half a Rhodes Islander.
Leader, I've evacuated everyone I could.
Good. Do you have any injuries?
None. It's been a little reassuring in a way. Well, coming to blows all night. Aside from the headcaster and a couple of strong folk, most of the rest of the soldiers are still normal people. They've gotten training, but their discipline's not much to speak of. With equal numbers and an open confrontation, they wouldn't be any match for our team. You're giving it preconditions. Besides, their main opponent is the barracks. You're right, leader. If they're going to fight them, the barracks won't be on the front foot. Any more discoveries? The weapons they're all armed with are all first grade. Just now when I went rescuing those few officials and nobles, someone tried to sneak on me at the corner, and after I knocked him out, I brought what he was holding back. A Victorian standard military crossbow. It's a model from 2 years ago, but it's been modified. Look at these 2 coils and the guide rail underneath. A shield-piercing round accelerator. I'm not too smart with crossbows, and I never saw this in the army or at school. Is this our tech? Doesn't seem to like it. Bagpipe. Have I overlooked something, maybe? We came to investigate the theft of Originium products, correct? Yes, the Spectre Force want to fend against our regular army without a doubt, so they need a lot of weapons for sure. But the crossbows in our hands reveals a lot of information. Firstly, the enemy has secretly been plotting for longer than we thought. Secondly, beyond the goods they've stolen from our possession, there are other powers that have been funding their operations in the long term. In other words, in this instance, here, they had no plans to take up new equipment and rush to arms. Right. So in that sense, where did the weapons we lost most recently go? So you realize where the problem is. The Spectre Force finally showed themselves, but the Originium products that disappeared in County Hellock are still missing. I hope Triangle's found some new leads. Hushed. Here, leader. Is your group still doing alright? Snare's been lightly injured, and the others can still operate. It's just, everyone's tired and hungry. Our situation's not that nice for sure. Were you involved in combat yesterday too? Yes, since nightfall, large numbers of enemies have suddenly poured out. It's like they were just lying in wait in the greenhouses and irrigation systems all this time. That seems to be exactly where they hid themselves. For the troops not familiar with agricultural plates, it'll be exceedingly difficult to win that hide and seek. We fought face to face with a small wave of them, but there were far too many enemies in my view, and we hid away on my lead all the way until daybreak. You've done very well. Can you return to the city? That'll be a little tricky, leader. Half of them have gone into the city, and the other half are still around everywhere. Leader, our group all agrees. We should continue with our initial task. We've discovered a transport vehicle. Your guess was right. Someone really did use an agricultural transport route to convey these Originium products somewhere. Not that much each time. These ones today, most likely, are the last of them. These ones today? Where are you? We're hidden aboard the transport vehicle right now. I can't risk talking too much. Where they might hear. Next time we make contact, you'll know who the thief was. This is too dangerous. Haha. Leader, you and Bagpipe, be careful too. Triangle out. Dang, Triangle! Bagpipe, inform Cello ASAP. We're returning to the barracks now. Districts 3 through 9 have fallen. The City Hall, the newspaper, and Good Mary's Hospital are simultaneously under enemy attack. Baron Pollitt's wife sent an urgent cable. She's lost contact with her husband since early morning. She's requesting the barracks send help. Colonel, I have something to say.
Let her in. I hope you aren't here to give me nonsense, Scamandros. As you can see, our enemy is savage. I have no time to contest with you again.
Colonel, the enemy is hiding in the agricultural plates.
What?
That's where they were concealed. On top of that, they're not
They're not all in the city. They have even more hands. I knew it. I suggest you send someone fast to evacuate the citizens at the ag plates and carry out emergency decoupling of the central city and those plates ASAP to avoid letting even more of the enemy into the city. I don't need you instructing me on what to do. Colonel, it may not be in our power to prevail if we solely depend on the station troops and my platoon to cope with the enemy forces infiltrating the city. We have to ensure the enemy gets no further reinforcement. You can go. Colonel? It's my business how County Hillock is preserved. In the principal duty that is upholding the security of the Victorian Empire, we should be united. Hill, show her out. Did you hear that, Hill? The ag plates, ha! They're hiding in the ag plates. I deduced as much long ago. Who else would open the door for the ghosts? Yes, Colonel. The Terrans are assisting them. How are the artillery battalion's preparations? According to plan, the final batch of material will arrive at around noon. Good. Have them speed up the remodeling. Every time I think of those disgusting things bounding around in my city, it has me eager to finish this. Oh yes, Commandos and his subordinate. The wolf from Londinium is still biting fast and won't let go. You've heard, haven't you? They have a helping hand outside. Give the command. Regardless of the means, we cannot let anyone stand in the way of our plans. Yes, Colonel. As for Scamandros, before we're done, she cannot be left to act freely. I understand. I realized something, thanks to her talking to. Why were our movements last night at Bolton's already known to the enemy? Scamandros. No, it couldn't be. Though she shares that weakness and naivety innate to her kind of nobility, she has a highly secure loyalty to the Empire. Humph. It seems rabble is ultimately rabble, their base nature always stiff to bend. With these last few hours, one more thing must be done. And it's long overdue. Can we bonk him? And I'll see how my trust is with Gabriel. Though, I don't want to try setting up the screen caption thing. That's going to be difficult. I don't want to accidentally show something that I'm not supposed to. That's why. Like on the YouTubes. Because I'd have to, you know, crop and stuff. Which is kind of difficult to do live. Hey, my trust is at 100%. Gabriel loves me. Kind of. Sort of. She loves me enough, sobs. Kind of? Ehehe. Not really? Kinda, sorta, not really. That is how much she loves me. Though for the record, how long is her record? I mean, I'll find out. It shouldn't be that long. Ha ha ha, sobs. In the name of alcohol, getting people to say bye to the bottle's tricky, even just for the time being, when they're drunk out of their gourds. I can do Flint's another time. I'll probably just raise my own just to make sure I don't accidentally show something I'm not supposed to, you know? I'll leave Akahuala and the durians from Zerertsa to you guys. Enam, you sure you have to go? Don't go! Don't be silly. I have to go. Enam? I'll miss you. What's with you two? You're making it sound like I'm never coming back. But you say you'll be gone for a long time. This Lord Emir candidacy is even more of a mess than the whole ruckus with the big ugly thing Sumama caused. Of course I can't promise to be back tomorrow.
Hmm. Ah. No, even with the permission, if I accidentally show other stuff too, that's gonna be awkward. Like an advertisement, for example. Like I don't know if there's ads before those videos, so I'd have to be careful of that getting caught too, like volume-wise. And even the side videos, like oopsies. I don't want to have to, put everyone in the description. I mean, I at least put one person, but everyone else, oof. Especially if I'm not even showing their video. Ooh, hello, hello. More and more, I'm thinking I made the right choice to become the Lord Emir myself. Anyway, Gavial, I'm counting on you to lead the Akahuala and Zereretsa Durins while I'm gone. What do you need me to do exactly? Nothing. You mean, keep the status quo? That's right. This is how Akahuala's always been. As for the Durins, they've been in a hurry to build their settlement. To the point they even voted to prohibit alcohol to improve efficiency. Prohibit alcohol? The Durins? Right, I was surprised too. But that's what they decided on. Looks like they have a sense of urgency too. And going by their speed, they'll probably be finished by the time I get back. Your job is to make sure everything stays the same, as if I've never left. That's very important to everyone else here. I get it. The Durin settlement comes first, right? That's right. You can count on me. Doubtful glare. By the way, I hid the Durin's brewing equipment in whispers. Do not let them find it. Understand? Whoa, that's some hiding spot. Huh? Where does she hide it? I want to know. You've seen how crazy the Durins get whenever alcohol's involved. If I told you, it wouldn't take them long to squeeze that information out of you. But in that case, wouldn't it be better to keep me out of it too? Out of this too? I'm leaving to rub shoulders with those guys from the court of Sargon, after all. I have to be prepared for everything. For anything. If it turns out it'll be a while until I get back, the Durins will have to forgo their taste of home for just as long. And I wouldn't want to be the one to blame. Alright. Now let me go over the other things you need to keep an eye out for. Is this really okay, Gavial? We're just helping the Durins look for some suitable timber. What's not okay about it? But Enam told us not to do anything. Oh, I was just wondering what you were going to say. What she meant was, we aren't supposed to change the rules she set. Not that we shouldn't do anything. Besides, did you see how the Durins were at it under the blazing sun? I'd feel bad not helping them out somehow. Gavial, is that you? Are you a Zereretsa Durin? That's right. You lost like Stitch was before? How about I walk you back?
No need. I'm here because I have something to talk to you about. Whatever it is, let's talk after we get back. This rainforest isn't all that safe. Nah. Overthinking is good. I don't want to accidentally get bonked by a manager, that's why too.
You know?
Like, luckily so far I've never been bonked for doing anything bad, and I want to keep it that way.
Like, just in case, you know? No bonking.
No. There's nowhere safer than here. You see, I'm from the Mead fan club.
Bonked what by who? By manager, just in case, because I was thinking of looking at records of operators that I don't have the trust with, or I don't have like on YouTube, and reading them out loud, but then I gotta make sure I don't accidentally show anything else like on YouTube, just in case. I don't want to get bonked, you know? Like, just in case. If my manager gets mad at me, I don't want to get in trouble. I haven't gotten in trouble in the year that I've been streaming, because I've been really not, what's the word? Cautious. Yeah, that's the word. And yes, I do have a manager who, like, I'll ask stuff to them if I'm not sure if I can, like, certain games that I wanted to play but I couldn't. But this is fine. So, it's about the prohibition, huh?
It's a good thing you're such a reasonable woman. Hold on, no dice. No room for a negotiation at all? You guys are the ones who voted to forbid all alcohol. You got a problem with that? Talk to your own people. But Enam kept all of our equipment. She never told me where she stored it.
And yes, not technically, I can say I am a company VTuber. Yes.
Really? Only she knows? How could she do that? What if she forgets where she hid it? We'll never again get to taste their words of fine meat again. How irresponsible of her.
She's not irresponsible at all. She told Gabriel where she kept the mead brewing equipment.
Oh my lord. Ha! I knew it. There's no way Enam wouldn't leave a backup plan.
Yeah. Ow!
Not like I'll ever tell you guys. Alright, fine. Looks like we won't get our meat today. But we'll never give up. Just as the city is laid brick by brick, I'll taste the whereabouts of our brewing equipment bit by bit.
Taste the brewing equipment? What would that taste like? Is it like licking a coffee pot? Tastes like glass and metal. Delicious. Good afternoon, Gabriel.
Hey, Az, what's up?
We have a bit of an urgent matter on our hands, so I have no choice but to visit you here. We're lacking some necessities, and my fellows are all fairly low in spirits. They're tormented, unable to sleep, and in pain. Oh, and you're wondering which company? Amberglow. Poor fellas. I want to soothe their pain, which is why I've come to request your help. Our most respected Gavial. We should help them, Gavial.
First off, don't you stick some weird adjective in front of my name. Secondly, the necessities you guys are out of have gotta be mead, right?
What a load of rubbish.
Oh?
How could you possibly compare that kid's drink to our noble number 7 whiskey?
Well, whatever it is, you guys ain't getting a sip. So why does it matter?
Oh, cruel Gavial. How could you be so merciless?
Before you accuse me of being merciless, can't you do something about the way you talk? It's weird.
Huh? Is it weird? And here I thought it would be easier to talk to service dwellers if I imitated Abdoyo's characters. And yes, first gen.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Talk normal.
I'll die if I don't get any whiskey.
Bear with it.
Poor Gavial, it's like she's babysitting, right?
Gabriel, would you please tell us where Enam hid the brewing tools?
Gabriel, where did she hide her distilling equipment?
Gabriel, our brewing equipment!
Holy cow, they're all having extreme withdrawals, huh? Not gonna lie, if I was Gabriel, I'd be tempted to break it. Or sell it to someone else, just to get rid of it for a while. Or send it off. Store it in Rhodes Island. Hey, Gabriel. Zumama, good to see you. Finally, someone who will talk about something other than alcohol. Freezes. Erg. I have a bad feeling about this. It's about the Duran's brewing and distilling equipment. Why are you of all people asking about that? They promised me that the moment they get their equipment back, they'll send their mechanics to help me test my robots with their technology.
Give it up.
That said, I really didn't expect you on their side. Who else have they talked to? Let's see. They've tried Tomimi, but they got blasted out. They've also talked to their great chief Edge Earthart and the others from Zererza. They said it themselves, aside from Avdotya, everyone's been either somewhat lax about it, or at least ambiguous.
Ambiguous?
Supposedly. They've even managed to persuade Chief Edge despite how strict he was with the ban at first. And we've both seen in Zererza how the alcohol there flew right off the shelves.
This can't continue. We can't waste any more time with these fellas. They're the ones who banned all the booze, so of course they can unban it too. But if it comes to that, they'll never finish their settlement, and I don't want Akahuala to have nothing but a bunch of incomplete buildings, waiting for Ina when she gets back.
Wow.
You wouldn't want to see that either, right?
It doesn't really matter to me, but I'll follow your lead.
Bring Tomimi here. Time for a war council.
Stitch is probably lost somewhere. He probably wanted to look around but then got lost again. Or Elysium is torturing him, aka annoying the heck out of him. Huh? What do we do, Gabriel?
Calm down, Tomimi.
I'll go talk to Master Edge and ask him not to change his mind.
Stop. Come back!
I just talked to Gabriel. It's not like Edge doesn't drink himself. It probably wouldn't be a good idea to talk to him now.
Avdotya might just be the only one who'll follow through with the ban. But since this involves Duran's immediate benefit, she might be powerless herself. Actually, I have an idea.
Really? I knew you'd know what to do.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I can't do this on my own. I need your help. Tomimi, send the word out to all the tribes and ask them to keep an eye on the Durans.
Huh? What are they gonna do?
That depends on Zumama and her mission.
How many days has it been since we last had a sip?
Yeah, I haven't been keeping count, you whiskey idiot. Couldn't be bothered to. All I remember is that all the men you guys sent to persuade her came back empty-handed. You guys are even more pathetic than Originium slugs.
What did you just say, you mead wimp?
Let me warn you. You can insult us, but you can't insult old Carl Mead. The way I see it, you guys got brain damage from all the stinking foot odor you guys got with your whiskey.
Is it that hard to make distilling equipment? Since they're good at building stuff, I'm surprised they haven't built more equipment for making stuff.
You know? What? I've always advocated for both sides to peacefully coexist.
Get to the point, you berry tomato wine freak. Oh, it's the berry tomato dude. Wow.
Actually, my guys have almost persuaded Master Edge. We just need to wait a couple more days. Just a few more days.
Hey there, my conspirators. Nice to see you guys. Gabriel?
I'm here to talk conditions.
What conditions?
I know you guys want your booze-making tools, and you can't wait to get your hands on them, right? True enough.
I'll give you guys a way out then. If you guys manage to beat me, I'll give you your tools back.
Really? Get her, boys!
Just like that?
I guess we'll need to make some preparations first.
Good call. I'll say this again. If one of you manages to defeat me, I'll give the person the tools back.
Hey, you there. That's right, you.
An ambush isn't gonna work on me. Anyone who tries might just end up having to give up drinking for the rest of their life. Eek! Besides, ambushes are kinda underhanded, wouldn't you agree?
We aren't going to bow down to you.
Good. You've got some backbone. I'd expect no less from the newest residents of Akahuala. Now hurry up with your preparations. I'm ready when you are. Zumama, how are things going on your end? Very well. At first, they thought they could take you on by just working a little harder and putting some gear together. Clearly, they underestimated you. But after you handed their asses to them every single time, they started looking for another way. And it didn't take much for me to divert their attention to robotics. I lent them the blueprints for the big ugly thing, and had a bit of technological exchange with them. I have to say, the Duran's technology is really interesting. Their self-driving carts may act like they might as well be blind, but the technology behind them is nothing to scoff at. Once deployed, we'll be in for quite a show. That's not a bad thing, but what I'm worried about is them putting together a self-driving big ugly thing. Well, I think that's exactly what they have in mind. Shrugs. Alright, fine. We were going to take this chance to see if the Durans would put together some kind of machine they could use in construction anyway. And I mean, they haven't really been putting up much of a fight in the last few days. Getting to fight something like the big ugly thing again isn't so bad. She's so excited. Bad news, Gabriel. Huh? What's the matter? Did the Durans start fighting amongst themselves over their booze? Yeah, the Mead fan club almost had an all-out brawl with the number 7 whiskey fans. No, that's not what I'm here about. Oh yeah. I use those ticket thingies for materials. I'm not sure how many I have left, but I think I use most of them. They put together a robot just as awesome as the big ugly thing, and they're testing out its weapons right now. Oh. That's exactly what Zumama's mission was. Don't you remember? Oh, I guess I worry too much. Alright, I'll keep watching them test their weapons then. It's like, kaboom! It looks really amazing! Alright, let me know if something seems off. Honestly, I don't even remember who I used it for. As terrible as that sounds. Hold up. Where are they doing this testing? At a cave not far north of the Eunectus tribe. There's nothing but trees there. A cave north of the Eunectus tribe.
Damn it!
Huh?
Tomimi, hurry up and stop them. Zumama and I will be there soon.
They're just testing weapons. Why are you so worried about it all of a sudden?
That's the cave where Enum hid all their alcohol-making equipment.
Maybe they'll blow it up. It'll be kind of funny if they blow up their equipment. Oh, never mind. Not very clear-headed. Ha, yawn.
Gaviel?
Hey, fellas. Mind testing your weapons somewhere else? Why should we? Well, you're the one who told us you'll give us back our tools if we defeat you.
That I did say. Then why are you trying to stop us?
Well,
that's not what I'm here for. I just want you guys to go somewhere else to test your Giant Ultimate Ugly Thing MK3.
Why is it gotta be ugly?
Right, I just wanted you guys to test out the Giant Ultimate Ugly Thing MK3 somewhere else, that's all.
This is the most suitable place we found. Besides, we've already paid such a heavy price just to defeat you.
What price?
We've toiled through 3 whole days and nights, but that's not even important. What's important is we're reduced to working with these meat wimps.
That's right. We're even working with these whiskey idiots. Oh, so that's the most important part, huh?
Anyway, we've already sacrificed so much. There's no way we're going to give up just because of what you said.
All I'm asking is for you to find someplace else.
No means no.
Why's that?
Whispers, you can't blame them, Gaviel. Although you asked them to find somewhere they wouldn't bother anyone, she even threatened to not write ads for their drinks anymore if they disturbed anyone. That's how they ended up here. And I saw lots of equipment and machinery already mounted in place. They can't take them anyway. They can't take them away anymore.
What a headache.
How about I ask them not to hit the cave when they test fire their weapons?
That's basically giving it away that there's something there. Now please leave. Stop bothering us here. Or are you trying to interfere because you think you're no match for the Giant Ultimate Ugly Thing MK3? Now that I can't pretend I didn't hear. Anyway, just leave already. I'll say this again. I'm asking you guys to move somewhere else for your own benefit. We aren't going anywhere. Ugh, what a pain. How about this? We'll fight here and now. How's that?
What are you thinking?
Instead of letting them stay and blow up the cave, I might as well take the situation into my own hands. Don't worry. But we haven't properly tuned our weapons yet. If I lose, I'll give you all your tools back. If I win, you guys still get to fight me again later. You got nothing to lose. I suppose.
Gaviel quickly turns to the south of the enormous machine. Gaviel quickly runs to the south of the enormous machine.
Hey, why'd you come over here? That's a cave and a cliff over there. I gotta give myself some room, right? Alright, makes sense. Now, how about we get started then? We aren't gonna hold back.
Well, that thing sure packs some firepower. I can barely get any closer.
That's not all. Durin Tree Trunk Saw, activate!
I want to see what it looks like.
Hell yeah. But not enough. What? She stopped the maximum turbo engine all by herself? Shit! Parry! Parry immediately! They dodged it? That's quite an agile design. You ever thought about using that to build your settlement? Let's hear you say that after this. Take this!
Oh. Wow, Gavial's so epic.
She blocked an artillery shell with her axe?
Zumama forges for me. A couple of artillery shells. Piece of cake. Now it's my turn.
Crap! Fall back! Fall back right now!
Not happening. Here comes a stall. Why are we falling back? We should be parrying to the side.
No, we should push forward. That's the only way we can dodge her Saw's attacks. Stop. Stop trying to take the controller.
What a strange movement pattern. Why did it get behind me?
Settle down, you two. We almost lost right there. You have nowhere to run, Gabriel. Take my ultimate attack. During out of control guided missiles, omnidirectional bombardment.
It's one do.
Crap, the cave. Why an omnidirectional bombardment now of all times?
Gavial takes a deep breath, relaxes her tail, and drops her saw on the ground. She grips the large axe with both hands.
Ha!
What? How high did she jump? Gavial leaps into the air and hops onto a gigantic machine's leg, then his chest. With the robot's surface as a stepping stone, Gavial once again springs up and curls her tail around the raised robotic arm, swinging towards the cave's entrance on the other side. Brrr. Gavial looks at the artillery shells all over the ground and raises the giant axe in her hand. Gavial's too badass.
Ha. Ha. Good thing that was omnidirectional, and none of them head this way.
Yep, basically after I'm done with this, I'm done with the stream. I need some energy for 4 a.m. Because I have work in school too, not just collab in the morning.
And I also gotta thank you guys for not putting any explosives in the missiles. At least you knew to hold back there. Belch. Huh?
Wait. She tasted the missiles? What did they make the missiles out of?
I have no idea why you care about that cave so much, but now that you've had a taste of our missiles, there's no way you can stand anymore. The missiles are filled with Archosaurian booze. Even those with the highest tolerance amongst us can't stay on their feet after getting blasted by one of these.
Wait. They love alcohol a lot. Do they not like the Archosaurian booze? Does it not taste good to them? I'm not sure why they're not drinking that instead of since they can't, have their meat and whiskey and tomato wine.
Erg. So, does it look like I'm lying on the ground right now? No way! How come the missile didn't work on you? I mean, how much booze did you put in the missiles anyway? It's not like I drank any. Breathing in that little bit just makes you tipsy at most. Why would anyone fall down and not be able to get up? But none of us could. That just goes to show what a bunch of lightweights you guys are. Face palms. Set that aside for now. Why are you so worried about the cave, Gabriel? Are you hiding something in there that's stopping us from getting our tools back? Whatever. Now that it's come to this, I'll tell you. Enum hid all your tools inside.
What? If you don't believe me, go check it out yourself. Of course, until you defeat me, I'm not going to let you take them.
So, that's why you leapt up there? To keep our tools from getting hit by the missiles? So, that's why you ran behind the giant, ultimate ugly thing MK3? Because you were scared of the cave getting caught in the battle?
That's why you tried to chase us away? Because you were afraid our tools would be caught in the weapons test?
Didn't I tell you? I asked you guys to go somewhere else for your own benefit. Gavio, your tail looks like it's bleeding.
It's no big deal. I used my tail to pull myself up the machine. Maybe something sharp gave me a cut or something.
Your face is hurt too.
It's been a while since I had such a great fight. Would be weird to not be hurt somewhere. Do you want to keep going? Up to you. If you guys are up to it, I'm all for it.
Maybe in a few days.
Yeah, that's probably for the better. I mean, your ultimate attacks didn't seem to work on me at all. Of course, I'll post guards here to keep close eye on the cave. Don't you even think about getting your stuff back without defeating me. They're probably like, wow, Gavial, she protected our stuff. Oh, Gavial, she's so cool. You guys are here. Oh, looks like you brought your giant ultimate ugly MK3 too. This is the MK4. Good. Looks like technology evolves fast. Should we get started then?
Hold on.
Holding the remote controller in his hand, the Durin looks at neither Gavial nor the large robot. Instead, he looks to the sky and starts mumbling.
If Gavial does this, then I do this and Gavial will. Gavial does that, I'll...
The Durin freezes for a moment before drooping his head.
Should we get started now?
Alright, let's do this. Gavial assumes her stance and waits for the giant machine's attack. At the very moment, the Durin presses down the remote in his hand. A large explosion occurs, but Gavial finds herself unscathed. She gapes at the robot, now nothing but a pile of scrap metal. What the hell is this about?
We made lots of improvements after the last battle, but our careful tests show that the Giant Ultimate Ugly Thing series is no match for you even after all our upgrades. That's why I came up with one last trick. Have the Giant Ultimate Ugly Thing MK4 blow itself up.
But you didn't have to self-destruct the minute we start, right?
I did that because I was working out what you do. And I figured that we were never going to win, even if with the self-destruct. It's to show that we're accepting our defeat. I had no other choice.
But I was waiting for Zumama to turn it into an industrial robot. She should have just said that from the start. Goodbye, ugly MK 3 and 4. Welcome back, Enam. Welcome back. You two look quite cheerful. You came back quick. I bet everything must have gone really well. Couldn't have been better. Thanks to the preparations we made beforehand, the court of Sargon was absolutely not interested in Akahuala. So how are things here? Everything running as usual? Yep, super normal. Gavial's keeping the Durin's alcohol ban going just fine. Sounds like you've done well, Gavial. I wonder how long she's been gone for. So how did it feel like, having to deal with the Durins? Pretty good. They may look like a stubborn bunch that likes to fool around, but they actually aren't so bad. How did you stop the ones that kept clamoring for booze then? Mostly with my fists. You beat them up? Gavial didn't do that. They made a promise. Anyone who manages to defeat Gavial gets their tools back, but none of them ever won. Oh, so that's how it was. Isn't that kind of the same thing as beating them up? Why don't we head back first? Nah, she didn't beat them up. I mean, maybe mentally, but not physically. Enam, you're back. Hello. Come and take a look at this. This is the list of events in our competition. Competition? That's right, a competition. I still have a business meeting with my buddies at the Mead Fan Club, so I'll get going now. See you later. Buddies at the Mead Fan Club? The third giant... yes, the third giant Ultimate Ugly Thing Cup. Self-driving robots competition preliminaries. The victor's creation will fight against Gavial, and defeating Gavial will result in the return of all alcohol-making tools and equipment. Yo, that sounds like a fun competition, actually. Or fun series of competitions. Enam, you don't look too well. Got a headache or something? To tell the truth, yes. Never mind, I more or less expected something like this with Gavial in charge. Let's head to the Durin settlement. If they're having so much fun, surely they must already be done with all the construction. Hey, isn't that Zerartsa's weather forecast chief? Is he joining in on this?
Like I said, Abdotya, I've already made it to the semifinals. I just need one more round. One more round.
Enam, is that you? Finally, you're back. Please, help me talk some sense into Chief Edge. Ask him to get everyone to stop all this self-driving robot nonsense. Gavial?
Something the matter?
Don't tell me you came up with these competitions to keep the Durins from drinking.
More or less.
Then what about the Durins settlement?
Look.
A gigantic machine pulls into the area. A few Durins, keeping a safe distance from the robot, pilot it remotely as it passes by the two of them. What's this abomination that looks like the bastard child of the big ugly thing and the self-drivers?
If memory serves, they call it the Giant Ultimate Big Ugly Thing, MK5. It's no match for me, but thanks to Zumama and Deculture Silvermint, it makes for a passable industrial robot. If only your trip took a couple more days, we could have finished the settlement before you got back.
I must be dreaming. Gavial, punch me. Ow! This is real? Gavial! Gavial!
What's up?
The preliminaries winner has been decided, and the Durins are clamoring for you to fight their champion.
So Enam, it's been a while since Akahuala last had a duel. You wanna come watch?
My pleasure.
And the winner is Gavial!
Happy ending. They should try the Akahuala booze instead. Actually, no, I can't say that. I can't say don't be picky with your drinks. When I myself am kind of picky. I drink water, I drink juice, I drink energy drinks, I drink coffee, I drink tea, but I don't like soda. Yeah, soda's something I don't care for the taste of. So I can't say not to be picky about drinks. Because I am picky in that sense. The only soda that I'll sometimes indulge in is root beer for root beer floats. Otherwise, I'm like, no, I don't want that. Blech. Give me water. I will take the H2O. Thank you very much. But yo, Gavial's thing is cute. She's having so much fun with the Durins. Sketch is probably disturbed by the whole thing. He probably went to Rhodes Island at this point. He's working at my base, as one do. Yep, he's doing great in my base, making stuff for me. So yay, it's been about 3 hours, so I have time to eat dinner, prepare for tomorrow. Gotta make sure I didn't forget anything, and then wake up at 4 a.m. to get ready for collab, and then go to work, and then work on homework, and then stream Fate. That is my schedule for the next like 24-ish hours, as one do. Oh boy, I need an energy drink in the morning. Hee hee. So thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I shall feast now. I'll probably eat yogurt because I'm too lazy to make anything else. So see you guys later. Bye bye.